Hello there, speed duelists. Welcome back to another tournament review. Today we are doing Speed Duel Showdown 165. These tournaments are held every weekend on a Sunday evening on DuelingBook. They are free to enter, so maybe next week you could be one of these players. But first, soon next week in the Speed Duel League Discord, GameBrain is hosting the second Speed Duel Dungeon tournament. This is a tournament with substantial pricing. They also do like special prizes for rogue decks. The best spirit player will get a special pricing. So if you're into playing rogue or you want to play a meta deck and still top, this is really a tournament you should be checking out. The link to the Speed Duel League Discord will be in the description. Alright, first match. We should have 11 matches, but looks like this first one had errors, so let's skip that one. And our next match will be between Username here and Ivanovic. Ivanovic we've been seeing a lot on the Iron Grid skill, and Username is known for the Crystal Beast deck. So Sapphire Pegasus coming down, placing Topaz Tiger in the back row. Immediately Crystal Conclave is activated. So reinforcements of the army will be grabbing, I assume, Gearfried. And Shrink is activated on the Sapphire Pegasus. That might be a bit premature. But Username is going to allow it. I'm not choosing to bounce any of the back row. Yeah. Crystal Conclave's effect. When a Crystal Beast is destroyed by battle, you can special summon a new one from the deck. So this will allow Username to attack over Gearfried. If this Conclave resolves, that's one less back row to worry about. We're gonna see the Armed Dragon part of the deck thanks to Melody. So Armed Dragon level 10 white coming down. In defense position, so playing around the Quaking Mirror Force, potentially. We're gonna see Topaz Tiger attack in. So yeah, no Quaking. So Ivanovic is lucky that Username is playing around the Quaking. Another copy of Conclave coming down. And DD Survivor is summoned. Because Ivanovic does have that combination of Macrocosmos and Grand Convergence. Topaz Tiger attacks, so here is Macrocosmos and Grand Convergence is activated. So it will... Crystal Conclave will bounce the Mirror Wall and the Sapphire Pegasus. And Grand Convergence just clears the entire field. DD Survivor returns in the end phase. And unfortunately for Ivanovic, no other monster to close it out. So this is... Yeah, because Armed Dragon level 10 white got banished thanks to Macrocosmos, so this extra copy in the hand is not live. So a second Grand Convergence will actually just do it. Okay, next game. You see Ivanovic going first, no monsters, no monsters. There is the Macrocosmos, but he's using it a bit late. So Melody resolves, because I think Melody, just discards. So So Sapphire Pegasus comes down, places the Topaz Tiger. Here is the Armed Dragon, and if both of these attacks connect, that would be game. But Shrink is gonna prevent that. So Ivanovic is alive. But barely, 700 life points. And here is the Gearfried. Okay, so there could be a chance. Let's see. The Armed Dragon level 10 white attacking the Gearfried. And we're gonna see Blast with Chain in the damage step. Aha, Blast with Chain on Declaration. Yeah, that triggers the Gearfried. So the Blast with Chain will pop the Armed Dragon level 10 white. And that will resolve. Username choosing not to crash onto the Gearfried. Even though that would trigger the Crystal Conclave. So they are playing around a possible battle trick. And we do see a shrink there. So yeah. But here is another shrink. Ivanovic is not going to be preemptive. Proactive is the word I'm looking for. So username gets another turn. Yeah, Cosmic Cyclone taking out the Macrocosmos. So now Conclave's bouncing effect is live because it does have to go to the graveyard. Aha, the second Gearfried. Crystal Conclave, no, Crystal Raigeki will take out the set Shrink, which is then chained. So username will be taking damage, but Conclave is triggered, special summoning another Pegasus, which will then trigger to place the Topaz Tiger from the graveyard. Okay, let's see. Username will return the Tiger and an unknown back row. And Cyclone takes out the last back row, so this mirror wall won't be resolving. Topaz Tiger gets over the Gearfried. Yeah, that's where the Gearfried deck kinda struggles if the opponent just has the big beaters. We're kinda cooked, as we see here. So we're going into game number 3. And this time Ivanovic has a good hand. He has the full combo, the macro convergence. And username starting off with the skill, the Crystal Transcendence, which lets you discard to place Crystal Beasts. So that's a good way to get the Armed Dragon from the hand into the graveyard. And just unfortunately for Ivanovic that he doesn't open any monsters whatsoever. We're gonna see Macrocosmos being activated immediately. And here is the Grand Convergence, the board wipe. And username chooses to banish the Crystal Beasts instead of putting them in the back row. Okay, the game has slowed down a bit here. Ivanovic drawing Rota, but no place to play it. Must feel bad. But here is the Heartron Gearfried. That is 1800 damage. Ivanovic using Shrink on his own Gearfried. It's gonna be unaffected, but that does allow him to search for the DD Survivor. And that does it. Yeah, there is a Conclave. But yeah, that's useless with Macrocosmos on the field. So we're gonna see Ivanovic moving on to the top 8. Next up we have Domoski, the OTK player, versus Ketrock. And Ketrock is kinda new to Speed Tools, he says in the chat. But wow, he's on Defusion in the main deck. He's well prepared for Domoski's shenanigans. Here we see Grand Mole, but it seems like Domoski isn't on the Dark Gaia, he's on a, I think, Neospace. The Grand Mole will bounce Zombira, and as the Goat Control players know, Zombira cannot attack in the turn that it was, it cannot attack directly, pardon me. We see Hero Lift's Chain Double Cyclone. And MST will be chained, so the second Hero Lifts that Domoski sets for no reason that I can think of will be destroyed by Space Typhoon. Okay, here we see the Contact Fusion for Grand Neos, which is going to return Cyber Valley to the hands. Ah, but on the summon there is Defusion. Domoski pointing out that that is a very unorthodox choice, but yeah, it's working out for Catrock in this case. A lot of lag, it seems. And yeah, Domoski is on straight out of Neo Space, but he forgot to flip it on the start of the duel. Let's see what kind of technology Catrock is on. Oh, we're gonna see him play Power Bond. Okay, interesting. What is this going to summon? It's gonna fuse Absolute Crusader. Wow, for Euphoroid Fighter. So Euphoroid plus one warrior, he gets to keep one of these, right? Yeah, just one warrior. So am I missing something? Euphoroid plus Zombira is 33. Yeah, doubles to 66. Yeah, and that is going to attack onto Neos. So yeah, Power Bond, powerful card, but pretty dangerous. So now we see what kind of deck Catrock is on. Domoski gonna start off immediately with Prisma, sending Neos, reborning it with Monster Reborn, and that will make his Champion's Vigilance live. In the end phase, something is happening, I guess. Yeah, okay, it was a misclick, Let's see, Catrock starting off with Absolute Crusader. And that will be negated by Champion's Vigilance. I get that, because when you special summon Neos from hand with the skill, Absolute Crusader can negate that. It can also negate the Contact Fusions, but So Catrock is just gonna activate his skill, discarding Poly for costs. Ah, that's why the two warriors were used, quote unquote, in the last duel. You have to discard one for cost. So here we're gonna see a 66 attack Euphoroid Fighter again. And Domoski has no back row to protect him from that. So it's kind of poetic that Domoski is getting FTK'd this time. So Catrock will be moving on to the top 8. Final top 16 quote-unquote match. It's going to be between Paradoxo and Gamebrain. It looks like Paradoxo is on the Crystal Beast skill as well. And Gamebrain is on some spicy sort of Iron Grid. We see a lot of tech. In the end phase, Crystal Raigeki will snipe the monster. Yeah, this Medora was supposed to ward off a lot of damage, but that won't be happening. Paradoxo adding 2 white dragons, probably gonna discard one, yeah, for the skill. And on resolution, Medora is gonna be activated to return the white. Topaz Tiger comes down. There is Quaking Mirror Force, and that is enough for Paradoxo to admit defeat. Wow. Maybe a bit premature, but yeah. Gamebrain, what is this deck? We're seeing Macrocosmos and Witch. Okay. Yeah, he's just playing Cookie Cutter. He's playing all of the good cards. We're seeing Macrocosmos plus Sphere Kuribo. That's an odd choice. And we're gonna see Crystal Raigeki taking out Witch of the Black Forests. What will he add? We don't know. Paradoxo has seen enough. Okay. I don't know what was going on there, but let's move to the top 8. And we are gonna be seeing Twilight Angel facing off against Game Brain, so we're gonna be seeing a bit more of a Game Brain's spicy deck. Allure of Darkness coming down from Twilight Angel. Aha, Cosmic Cyclone. Yeah, that's gonna be good to protect the Fossil lineup from the Tribe Infecting Virus. Game Brain gonna be using Rota to search for Gearfried. Yeah, this is according to the book. And the Gearfried will attack over the tribe, and we see Twilight Angel top decking Quaking Mirror Force. No, don't set it. It's useless. Okay. Gearfried is gonna attack for 18. And yeah, Twilight Angel's back row is entirely clogged. So unless they draw like Dark Magician or Magic Rebo. No, Magic Rebo wouldn't even be good because he was so low on life points. But yeah, Game Brain taking game 1. And he sided into Pac-Man. I don't know. This is certainly something. Okay, Twilight Angel starting off strong with Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. And Breaker the Magical Warrior. Okay, so Allure drawing a bit deeper into the deck. This attack will connect, so which lets Game Brain search Sphere Kuribo. And Kaiku gets in directly. Okay, Waking Dragon is drawn. And there is that Breaker sitting all pretty with its spell counter. Is Twilight Angel taking the bait? He is! Funny card. Waking Dragon summons out Dyna Tank. Luckily for Twilight Angel, he has Dark Renewal. So that will allow him to special summon Dark Magician. 1000 Knives comes down, and that is enough for Game Brain to scoop. Finally, a sensical scoop in this tournament. Let's see. Game Brain again opening with the Waking the Dragon. Excellent card in the Dark Magician matchup. And Game Brain has the Medora, but is gonna choose to set the Swarm of Scarabs, the one that destroys monsters. But that might not be resolving because, Quaking Mirror Force got banished by the Cosmic Cyclone. So yeah, bit of an awkward spot for Twilight Angel. Game Brain activating Macrocosmos on the declaration. Okay. So it seems like they value denying Twilight Angel the Witch search. Also the Magic Rebo. Yeah, you have to send that to the graveyards. But also has to be sent to the graveyard is Sphere Rebo. So, yeah. Swarm of Locusts is flipped, picking off the back row. And now we're going to be seeing Cosmic Cyclone banishing the Macrocosmos. So now the Magic Rebo is live again. Swarm of Locusts gonna pick off that Dark Renewal, setting itself again, and Medora will be going on to the offensive. So which searches out Breaker. Oh no, there is no room. But Medora, quick effect from the field. Are we gonna see Waking resolve yet again? Chainlink to Medora. At that point, you know what time it is. So both Cosmic Cyclones will be shuffled back. Those are dead draws for Twilight Angel. And here we're gonna see Waking summoning out Dragoon. Yeah, Dragoon next turn is just gonna be popping that breaker for game. Yeah, GG's. So Game Brain with his Pac-Man Gearfried pile, moving on to the top 4. This should be a good one. We're gonna see Catrock versus that guy. Show the hands, please. Thank you. And it looks like that guy is entering this tournament on Gaia. So this is a normal summon without tributes. So Absolute Crusader can do absolutely nothing against this Gaia coming down. Yeah, imagine sitting down across a Yugi skill and you open Absolute Crusader. Must be feeling pretty good, but not good enough. Cyber Valley is gonna come down. That's gonna protect Catrock. Seeing as Night Beam takes out the Waboku, so no opportunity to chain. And that's gonna allow Cyber Valley to activate. Okay. Catrock uses Rota to search out Zombira the Dark. And is not gonna be taking any drastic measures. He still has time, I think. This guy pierces. So that guy will be drawing 2, discarding 1. And this guy resolves. Okay, so now Catrock will have to make a play. Space Typhoon takes out the back row. Special summon Cyber Dragon. Attacking over the Gaia. Okay, so playing it very conservatively, not flipping up his power bond yet. That would have lost him the game right there and then, but I think, yeah, he sadly loses it either way. So Catrock going second, that guy going first, and whoa, he has the combo. Power Bond activated, discard Cyber Dragon as cost, and fuse Euphoroid with Zombira. That's gonna be a big Euphoroid fighter. Yeah, GG. We're going to a game number 3, but now the jig is up. That guy knows what Catrock's deck is all about. And this time that guy has the Magic Kuribo, the Sphere Kuribo rather. Waboku is activated. And that guy is gonna give Cyber Valley a chance to trigger. Ah, yeah. So, play is back to Catrock, who is gonna be using Mixeroids. No, that's the wrong target. Yeah, Mixeroid will summon Euphoroid. And Power Bond is activated, discard Cyber Dragon as costs, fusing Zombira and Euphoroid. So the attack will double, but Sphere Kuribo is gonna ruin Catrock's day. Yeah, end phase, Power Bond's drawback triggers. And this guy will have its attack doubled due to the Solitary Sword and does piercing damage. So Catrock, it was great seeing this, but unfortunately you're fired. Alright, next top 8 match. We're seeing some good ones. And, we're seeing Ivanovic as the winner of last round versus left-handed Latios entering the tournament. It's been a while since I saw that name, but here they are. They are on roids, absolute chat of a deck. This Gearfried will be getting in. And here we're seeing Cyber Dragon, Drillroid, and we're gonna see Cyber Dragon being shrunk, which does let Latios draw a card of Battle City Bestie in the end phase. Let's see, the Sphere Kuribo is going to be completely useless against Gearfried. So Latios will just have to turtle a bit. Steamroid could do it if there's no back row to stop the attack. There is. Shrink is gonna stop that. So Latios drawing a card. They're still not out, but it's getting tough. It's getting tough. Latios drawing Mixeroid. Okay. And just gonna set that. Blast with Chain will take it out, and that is a GG. But now Latios can take some of the dead cards, you know, the 3 Greebos and such, out of their deck. So we're gonna see DD Survivor and Macrocosmos as the leads. Is Mixeroid just allowed to resolve? No, Macrocosmos is activated, so Mixeroid won't be hitting the graveyard. Steamroid attacks over Gearfried, but Shrink does it again. Maybe Latios should have been a bit more greedy and go for Cyber Dragon Steamroids. Quaking Mirror Force is gonna flip that Survivor face down, and the end phase Dust Tornado takes out the Mirror Wall. So this could be a huge swing in momentum. Yeah. We're gonna see Cyber Dragon and a set Drillroids. Okay. Here's another Gearfried, but that's not gonna do Ivanovic any good. Here is a Flip Summon Drillroids. So that is gonna be just enough for game. Yeah. So this game is gonna go into a game number 3. Left-handed Latios forced to go first. Yeah, just sending a bunch of cards. Which does play around Hammer Shot, to be fair. So, Ivanovic gonna attack into the Drillroid. We're gonna see Dust Tornado taking out the Shrink. Not a third time, not a third time. Another Gearfried comes down, so nothing Latios can do against that. Is this gonna be it? Is this how it ends? No, we're seeing Mixeroid. Unfortunately, Macrocosmos, so Mixeroid gets banished. And we're saying Submarine Roids. That's actually perfect for this situation. This gives Latios some time. The out has been drawn. So, unfortunately, I think that is gonna be it. Yeah, because the Blast with Chain just destroys the Submarine Roid. So, Ivanovic will move on to the top 4. Okay, final top 8 match. We're gonna see Dank Memes, winner of the top 8, top 12, quote unquote, versus Diego CFC. And we're gonna see another Iron Grids. So yeah, Macrocosmos Fossil Dyna looks like stun, but Dank Memes draws all of the dead cards, unfortunately. Luckily, they also have Sol and Luna, so that is gonna flip the Greebo face down, but yeah, this Macrocosmos is being a pain. Dank Memes giving it a lot of thought. Yeah, under Macrocosmos, nothing can be done. Flip the Fossil Dyna again, yeah. Dank Memes has to get like an insanely good draw. Doomcal will allow them to play, but there is the Grand Convergence, so it's gonna be tricky. And looks like at the start of the battle phase. No, apparently the attack was already declared, and White Veil will just destroy the entire back row. Okay. So it seems like there was a bit of miscommunication that leads to a complete reversal. So yeah, Dank Meme's gonna discard Armed Dragon for Guiltia, and now, yeah, Doomkel gets in directly. So Diego should have done that at the start of the battle phase. Yeah, the logs indicate that Dank Memes entered the battle phase, and Diego said okay. So yeah. Communication, guys, it's really key. Anyway, Dank Meme's gonna start things off, discarding the regular armed level 10 for Guiltia. And Diego will be grabbing Gearfried, but man, the Heart of a Warrior deck, super tough to deal with for Gearfrieds because of these 1850 beaters. Breaker is gonna use its counter to destroy that Macrocosmos. Galaxy Cyclone will be sniping the offerings. That's gonna destroy the Guiltia, I would think. Okay, offerings is not chains. Okay, good to know, good to know. Another Gearfried is summoned, attacks over the breaker. Okay. And Dank Memes is just gonna bring out another 1850 beater. That is gonna be flipped face down, but there's a second one. Is the second Sol and Luna gonna do it? Maybe not, because there is an Armed Dragon level 10 white. Searching the Veil. And the Armed Dragon level 10 will immediately be flipped face down. So this Veil will be discarded for the third and final Guiltia. So I don't know how Diego could possibly get out of this. Not with Blast with Chain, not with Blast with Chain. Okay, top 4. We're gonna see Game Brain on his Minestrone versus that guy on Gaia. I'm looking forward to this one. Game Brain starting off with Swords of Revealing Light and setting the Swarm of Scarabs. That's the one that destroys monsters. So not a good start for that guy. Swarm of Scarabs goes into the offensive, and yeah, Mystical Space Typhoon is gonna beat the punish. Awesome charging Gaia. Gonna double its attack, so 38, and that is gonna be 33 points of damage. So now one piercing Gaia does it. Deslacuda is flipped, so Game Brain will get to draw a card. Sets another Swarm of Scarabs and passes turn. That guy will flip Galaxy Cyclone, destroying the Quaking Mirror Force. And Gaia gets in, but there is another Quaking Mirror Force. Let's see. Deslacuda lets Game Brain draw another card. He's picking up Sphere Kuribo, very good card in this matchup. And just getting in with all of these Pac-Mans. Yeah, there is a Gaia, but yeah. Galaxy Cyclone's Graveyard effect comes in to pop a face-up Spell Trap. So this Gaia is gonna punch in, but Sphere Kuribo. Yeah, Game Brain has it. He uses Deslacuda, draws a card, uses Swarm of Scarabs, destroys the Gaia, and yeah, that guy lives, but barely. Let's see, Book of Moon is not going to be saving him, so we should be going on to game number 2. Oh no, double book to protect the life points, but now it's over. Now it's over. Okay, so that guy starting off, no Gaia, no Gaia. Game Brain does keep in the Fossil Dyna. But chooses to go for the Gearfried here. So we're gonna see Galaxy Cyclone, normal summon of Charging Gaia. The Solitary Sword will not be equipped. But maybe we'll be seeing that now. There's a Galaxy Cyclone for the set, but not using it. So 38 is gonna pierce onto 12, that's 2700 points of damage. The skill is not yet flipped face up. Okay. Knight of Legend is one of those skills that you have to manually flip face up at any point that you want it. And now that guy wants it. So that is going to be 38 onto 1000. And that guy will be able to cycle his deck. But Gearfried is not going to be doing it for Game Brain. So we move on to a game number 3. It looks like that guy is on the alt art of Gaia. He's mixing artworks. Game Brain starting things off with a set Swarm. And that guy has no answer for this sort of Feeling Light. So that is going to be 2000 damage to the dome. Still no answer for swords, but yeah, he proactively is going to summon a Gaia. And Game Brain has the out for that, he has the Swarm. And now Game Brain will just be attacking with everything he has. And that is going to burn a Book of Moon. So now that guy has no options. So Game Brain moving on to the finals with Pac-Man Gearfried. In the slightly more normal side of the bracket, we're gonna see Ivanovic versus Dank Memes. Let's see those hands. Dank Memes gonna start off with Melody, discarding Kuribo to fetch level 10 and white. Gonna use the skill, discarding the level 10 to summon Guiltia. And white is then special summoned. And Dank Memes going for the game shot, but surely this is not going to resolve, right? Ah, it will. Okay, so in the damage step, Arm Dragon level 10 white gets to pop, but Shrink is chained, so Ivanovic is holding on there. He's gonna top deck Gearfried and just set 2. Level 10 doesn't target, Dank Memes specifies. Breaker is summoned, but Blast with Chain is just gonna take out that Breaker before it can shoot a back row. Whiteveil equipped to Guiltia, but Blast with Chain is gonna destroy that. It's not once per turn? No once per turn on that card. From all the way back in 2003. Yeah, and even though Whiteveil is destroyed, no effect damage because of white. On the attack declaration, Ivanovic activates Shrink. And Sol and Luna is chained. So Ivanovic maybe should have waited until damage step to play that Shrink. Because now Sol and Luna flips the Armed Dragon level 10 face down. And does Ivanovic play like Exiled Force? No, it doesn't look like it. So there is no out for the face down Arm Dragon level 10 white. That is just gonna be game. Sad times. Let's see. That means bringing in the Mind Crush. Excellent cards in the Gearfried matchup. Oh, I hope for Ivanovic that he doesn't search the second Gearfried. But surely he won't because he has double Macrocosmos. Yeah, okay. Oof. But this could be a moment for Dank Memes to call Macrocosmos with Mind Crush. Mind Crush is going to call DD Survivor. Okay. So now Ivanovic uses Shrink. And that will allow Gearfried to attack over the Giltia. Dank Memes will bring out Doom Caliber Knights, attacking over the Gearfried. Yeah, 1900 beater, right? Triple Macrocosmos. One of them will be sniped by Galaxy Cyclone, but yeah. That is going to be 19 and 1850. Ivanovic barely lives. But they would have to draw like... I don't know what they can draw. Yeah, maybe Grand Convergence, but yeah, it's not gonna be the case. Okay, finals. We are gonna see Game Brain versus Dank Memes. So, Crystal Beast Arm Dragon White versus Pac-Man Gearfried. Okay, so Dank Memes starting off with Doomcal, and Game Brain has Swords and Quaking Mirror Force. Okay, next up we'll see Melody of Awakening Dragon. I can imagine, yeah, the Arm Dragon being discarded for Giltia. Normal summon Swarm of Locusts using the effect, so Doomcal will tribute itself to negate that. And the second Locust gets through, so Game Brain is able to do some early damage. Yeah, Dank Memes has no out to Swords, so no use in committing anything. Maybe he could have thinned his deck a bit with the Melody, right? But yeah, Fossil Lina looks like it might be sealing the deal here. Flipping those Scarabs face down to play around Quaking. And that will allow Dank Memes to comfortably live this turn. But yeah, still one turn left on Swords. Ah, I keep saying it, Swords of Forbidden Light is an absolute menace in this format. Okay, Game Brain starting off again with Swarm of Scarabs. But Fossil Dyna is gonna be his starter. Fisher takes it out. Macrocosmos is chained. And here comes Giltia, some pressure. Ah, but Waking the Dragon is drawn. If that resolves, Dank Memes might be in a tough spot, but so far no ways to trigger the Waking the Dragon. Because the back row is Book of Moon and Sol and Luna. So things are looking tough for Game Brain. But finally, a Quaking Mirror Force. Okay. And Dank Memes is gonna extend into it. Is any of the books gonna be changed? No. Unfortunately, Medora cannot get over either of those. So we're gonna see Dank Memes bringing out the Flame Swordsman. And yeah, that is gonna destroy the Swarm of Scarabs. White Veil will trigger, destroying the entire back row. Can this... Cannot activate spells or traps until the end of damage step, but they can activate the effects of traps. And he's bringing out Cyber Blader. And when the opponent has 3 monsters, your opponent's activated card effects are negated. So let's see what the game plan is here. But does Game Brain even need a game plan? Because they have 21 cards left in their deck versus Dank Memes' 8 cards. And anything Dank Memes does will be negated. So I think this is just gonna be a deck out war. Flame Swordsman switched back to attack position. But Sphere Karibo is gonna prevent that. Yeah, Dank Memes is trying to get the Flame Swordsman off the field, so White Veil also leaves the field and he has place to, you know, activate spells or traps. Yeah, he doesn't just want to burn one of his books. Fossil Dyna is flipped, so that is going to be destroying a lot of monsters on the field, and eventually Game Brain, with the attack of Fossil Dyna, takes it. So, Pac-Man Gearfried, new best deck, I guess. Watch out for this deck in the upcoming Speed Duel League Speed Duel Dungeon. I don't know what to call this thing. Yeah, Speed Duel League Dungeon, starting next week. Okay, guys. I was Ryan Atlas. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Signing out. Bye.